Howdy. How y'all doing today? Just wanted to come to you on my way home from Kankakee, Illinois, Moments, and Mantino down in that area. Have a lot of clients down there, write a lot of business down there, and it's just, you know, gotta take the trip every now and then. But, you know, I'm a little sleepy. I was up late last night scripting a music video for a local Chicago artist. So I'm trying to make sure I stay wide awake. And the easiest thing for me to do is start talking. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to you guys. And what I want to talk about is the subject of Lent. L-E-N-T. Lent. Today is Ash Wednesday, which kicks off the official start to the Lenten season. Now, right out the gate, you know, because here on YouTube you can't say nothing. You just can't say nothing, because whatever you say is going to get blown out of proportion and taken the wrong way and twisted. So let me right out of the gate start off by saying I do not celebrate Lent or the Lenten season, mainly because after researching it many years ago, I realized that it was more of a political thing than a spiritual thing. And as I got older, I started teaching others, you know, look at what the Lent season really is, for what it is. Now, it does have some redeeming qualities. Lent, for those of you who don't know, it is the 40 days prior to the Resurrection Sunday. It's kicked off by today, which is Ash Wednesday. And the idea is you're supposed to deny yourself something of substance for this 40 days while you reflect and follow Christ and seek to gain a closer walk with Him and understand what He went through as a man on this earth during His ministry. But again, as I said, there are some redeeming qualities because, you know, that type of thing can be done at any time. Take the time to deny yourself something while you reflect and grow closer to God. One thing that I really don't like about this season, and you'll notice this today, if you go in the supermarket, the price of fish has gone up. If you try to go buy fish now, you're going to pay considerably more now than you did last week or the week before last. The reason being is because people labor under the delusion that during the Lent season we are supposed to only eat fish on Fridays. And for years, people would just do that, like, I can't eat any meat on Friday because it's Lent. And you ask them why, and they couldn't tell you. They couldn't tell you why they do it. Well, let me educate you for a minute. Many of you probably already know, because folks on YouTube know everything already. But what happened is, and this is paraphrasing the whole bit, but there was a Catholic bishop many moons ago who had a buddy. Again, I'm paraphrasing, so for those of you who are sticklers for the right letter of the story down to every dot and tittle of whatever's written, I am paraphrasing. This Catholic bishop had a buddy. This buddy was a fisherman, and basically had a large catch. Went and talked to the bishop and said, hey man, I'm not moving a lot of fish, and I got a lot of fish that needs to be moved. So the bishop decreed that during this time of year, people will consume fish on Fridays only. So as a result, people started running out buying the fish, and the guy's business boomed. And now every year, since it's been decreed, he knows he's going to have extra sales So he raises the prices and sells it for whatever he wants because now it has been decreed. So now people are going to buy it. So that's the nutshell version of what Lent and Lent and Friday Fish Feast is all about. I eat fish when I have a taste for it. You know, I like fish. I love fish, but there's nothing in the Bible that says you eat fish on Fridays. So, you know, eat it when you want, eat what you like, so on and so forth. But also during this Lent season, along with self-denial, Ash Wednesday, there is a thing that has been observed by many churches that comes up the Thursday before Good Friday. It's called Maundy Thursday, Maunday, Maundy Thursday. And what that is, it's called Maundy Thursday Papal Supper. And it gives persons the opportunity to observe a Passover meal the same way the disciples and Jesus did in the upper room. And in doing so, many churches have different ways of doing it, but the way we did it was we would have a traditional Passover meal, which you can go anywhere online and find ingredients for that. And if you can't find it online anywhere, just send Pastor George an email, and I'm sure he'll send you a recipe for or a menu of how to come up with a Passover supper. So you observe the Passover supper. Then what we would do is we'd have communion, because that's what Christ did on Good Friday. And then after the communion, I would do foot washing. Now, foot washing is an old custom. Basically, what it does is the quote-unquote pastor / rabbi, whomever, would wash the feet of his disciples to show that he was humble and full of humility. So I would wash the feet of the members of the church. I'd gird myself with a towel just like Christ did. I'd wash their feet, dry their feet, and thank them for the honor of allowing me to wash their feet. So then that was the end of the service, and we did it all in complete silence, observing and with haste, observing the first Passover meal when the children of Israel were told to eat their food with haste and be ready. So the next day we would have the 7 last sayings of Christ's sermon. I would come up and preach, and I would have 6 other preachers, and we would all take one of the sayings of Christ. Father, forgive they know not what they do. Mother, behold thy son. This day you'll be with me in paradise. It is finished. Those are the 7 last sayings of Christ. You have to go through all the Gospels and collect them to come up with what they come up with them. So that'd be a preaching service where we'd have choir sing, and each minister would get up 2 to 3 minutes and say a word on one of those sayings. And then one of the last things that we started doing at Hawkins Memorial was I called it a warfare service, praise and worship warfare service. And this was done on Saturday. It was a 1-hour praise and worship bit on Saturday before Easter, because we know that when Christ was crucified, he died. He went to the grave, and he went to hell to take our sins down there, and he led captivity captive, and he wrenched the keys from the devil and things like that. So he was going through warfare. And what do we do on Saturday? We get ready for Sunday. We get our hair done, we buy clothes and all that. So what we started to do is we started to have a warfare praise and worship service, thanking God for this moment where he's cleansing us from our sins while in the grave. And then, of course, Resurrection Sunday on that next Sunday. So those are the different types of customs and things that people do to observe this time of year. All of it is designed and designated to help you get closer to God and understand more about him. So my question is, what is it that you do during this time of year? Attach it as a video or make a reply in the comment section, however you like. What is it that you do this time of year that helps you get closer to God? I know a lot of people during this time of year will not make it a point. They will not miss the 10 Commandments when it comes on Or, you know, now since the Passion of the Christ came out, there are people who will not go through this season of the year without looking at the Passion of the Christ. Or, you know, I know there's a lot of stuff that people do. So what do you do? What are some of the customs and rituals, for lack of a better term, that you observe or that you participate in during this time? So that's it. I'm getting ready to go and get something to eat. I'm starving, haven't eaten anything since last night, and get back to the grind. So talk to you guys later. This is done on my real camera. That's why the audio is much better, and so on and so forth. So God bless, God keep, and may His mercy shine upon you.